We are ECE 3011 Group B7, and this is our project, the Visually Interactive Synthesizer. To give a brief introduction, our synthesizer was designed to meet the standards to teach fourth graders about how sound is generated, and then relating sound and music to sciences, and realize how music is generated.
So to fulfill the design requirements, our product went through multiple design stages. So to fulfill the output motion requirement, we have a stepper motor at the bottom that moves a little buzz cutout to help students visualize the correlation between sound and frequency and how fast something is moving. And so in addition, to help with that, we also have LEDs that move around based on the note's frequency, and the output audio obviously comes from the speaker from the note being played, and the note is dictated by where on the touchpad the student presses.
Throughout the design and construction process, we made sure to include every student we could think of. For students with motor disabilities, we made sure to include a sensitivity dial so that they could change how sensitive the touchpad is to the movements in their finger. Also, for students with epilepsy, we made sure that you could turn the LEDs off to accommodate for them as well. Also, to turn on these accommodations, it's extremely easy. It's only one button press and you can have preset functionalities for different students.
For the mechanical subsystem, our design went through multiple iterative stages. So initially we had an all 3D printed design that looked like a cylinder, but eventually we moved away from that due to how hard it would be to manufacture given 3D printer size constraints as well as the time it would take to print. So now what we have is a combination of 3D printed and laser cut pieces. So we have two modules, a top module and a bottom module, each with laser cut walls with finger joints. And then we have 3D printed interface plates to help them connect and give us more ability to mount things and run wires, such as what we have here. And we have 3D printed acrylic so that the user can see through the entire design, see the electronics, and see the output motion.
For our sound subsystem, the main part is this resistive touchpad that sends a analog signal to our ESP based on the location of your finger on that touchpad, which sends to the output at the speaker here. Our main point of growth from it is we moved from a capacitive touchpad to a resistive touchpad. This resistive touchpad ended up working so much better for the courses of the project and was significantly more reliable.
For the electrical subsystem, we took an input from the wall and got it to the box, but we needed a 12-volt input, and a lot of the chips inside are very delicate. So we added surge protection outside of the box so that it doesn't take up space inside of the box. With this 12-volt input, we used various converters to make it into 5 volts and 3.3 volts. And those two rails are what power every single component inside of the synthesizer.
For the software subsystem, we actually made sure that the system was as intuitive as possible. We made sure the LCD screen was clearly readable for everyone and that it displayed everything and it was easy to interface with. And we also made sure that the configuration system was as easy as possible. We made it to where you can change to a different configuration on a click of a button, and you can fully customize them all in one device, not having to connect to an application or anything like that.
First, all the teacher has to do is hit the power button to turn everything on. And once it powers up, it is immediately ready to start being played. You can touch anywhere on the touchpad, and you have the lowest frequencies here, and then go up to the highest frequencies, kind of like an organ. And you can change the sensitivity here, and based on sensitivity it changes how many notes you have. So if you move a little bit, it still plays the same note and you can still learn the song. And then you also have buttons to change the configuration on the fly. All you have to do is hit that button, it goes to the new configuration. And you can also go into a menu to fully customize everything. You can go into the different segments and you can turn each thing on and off. And once you are able to hit exit, you can then see, once I start touching, I turn the LEDs off, and the LEDs are no longer a factor. Everything else is working as intended, but the LEDs are now off.
Thank you all so much for your time. This has been our ECE 3011 project. We are BO7. We hope you enjoyed the Visually Interactive Synthesizer.